Hello to all my day drinkers out there, I'm MartiniPictures, and welcome back to Doki Doki Literature Club, the ghost episode where I'm just gonna try and get everybody's other route. I have to get the mindset of, I want to get Natsuki. We saw Yuri's route. Even though it was a little bit twisted, it still had us reading with her, and it still had us with her taking the chocolate. Actually, one at the desk, one on the floor. That's the way that we should switch it up. But Natsuki's, I have no idea. Then we do Yuri's route for helping out the committee, and then we save Yuri, or Sayori. We save Sayori after Yuri. So I'll just run through that quick. Skip. Oh, yeah. Okay. So I guess I have to do this on my own. Yeet. I guess I just have to I'll be clicking through this real quick. I just have to keep clicking until the poem, and then I just have to pick everything pink. Sorry if I just ruined my mic. Alright, here we go. Finally found Natsuki's route.
Ugh!
I hear Natsuki utter an exasperated sigh from within the closet. She seems to be annoyed by something. I approach her in case she needs a hand. Something's in my eye. You looking for something in there?
Freaking Monica! She never puts my stuff back in the right spot! What's the point in keeping your collection organized if someone else is just gonna mess it up?
Natsuki slides a bunch of stacked books and boxes across the shelf. Manga?
You read manga, right?
Sometimes. Manga is one of those things where you can't admit you're really into it until you figure out where the other person stands. In America, yes. Japan? I don't really know. I think it's actually more frowned upon in Japan than it is in America. How did you know it, anyway?
I heard you bring it up at some point. Besides, it's kind of written on your face.
What's that supposed to mean? I see. There's a lone volume of manga amidst a stack of various books on one side of the shelves. Curious, I pull it out of the stack.
There it is!
Natsuki snatches out of my hand. Then she turns a box of manga and slips the volume right into the middle of the rest.
Ah, much better. Seeing a box set with one book missing is probably the most irritating sight in the world.
I know that feel. I get a closer look at the box that she's admiring. Parfait Girls? It's a series I've never heard before. I've never heard in my life. It probably means it's either way out of my demographic or simply terrible.
If you're gonna judge, you can do it through the glass on the door.
She points to the classroom door. Hey, I wasn't judging anything. I didn't even say anything.
It was the tone on your voice. But I'll tell you one thing, Jade. Consider this a lesson straight from the literature club. Don't judge a book by its cover. In fact...
Natsuki pulls out the first volume of Parfait Girls from the box.
I'm gonna show you exactly why.
She shoves the book right into my hands. I stare at the cover. It features 4 girls in colorful attire striking animated feminine poses. It's excitingly moe.
Don't just stand there!
Natsuki grabs my arm and pulls me out of the closet. Then she takes a seat against the wall beneath the windowsills. She pats on the ground next to her, signaling me to sit there. Wouldn't chairs be more comfortable? I take my seat.
Chairs wouldn't work. We can't read at the same time like that.
Why's that? I guess it's easier to be close together like this. I did something.
Don't just say that! You'll make me feel weird about it.
Natsuki crosses her arms and scooches an inch away from me. Sorry. I didn't exactly expect to be sitting this close to her either. Not that I can say it's a particularly bad thing. I open the book. It's only a few seconds before Natsuki once again inches closer, reclaiming the additional space while she hopes I won't notice. I can feel her peering over my shoulder, much more eager to begin reading than I am.
Wow! How long has it been since I read the beginning?
Hmm? You don't go back and flip through the older volumes every now and again?
Not really. Maybe sometimes after I finish this series.
Hey.
Hey! Are you paying attention?
I am, but nothing's really happened yet, so I can talk at the same time. It looks like it's a bunch of friends in high school. Typical slice of life affair. Kind of grew out of these since it's rare for the writing to be entertaining enough to make up for the lack of plot. So, what should I expect from this? Is there going to be plot?
Well, obviously. You think I would enjoy something that didn't have a plot? I mean, well, I guess I know what you're saying. A lot of the beginning is about simple things. Like there is a really funny chapter where they're obsessed with a guy at the ice cream shop. It just helps you get to know the characters. And besides, it's still entertaining. But later on, there's all kinds of drama. Like when they'll get into their backstories and some of the romance starts to happen. That's really what makes it good. There's so many touching parts.
Is that so? Sounds like you really know what you're talking about. Maybe I underestimated you.
Hey, wait. What's that supposed to mean?
Natsuki gives me a little shove. I just meant that I haven't seen you at your full power.
Good save.
This chapter seems to be like it's about baking. This is just a guess, but is there a lot of baking in this manga?
Well...
Natsuki pauses for a moment, as if she doesn't want to admit something.
Yeah. Why does that matter?
It doesn't. I was just curious. Since you enjoy baking too, right?
That's... just a coincidence. I just happened to get into baking around the same time I got this manga.
Okay. Doubt.
Like I would ever get into anything because it's in a manga. I feel bad for anyone that's impressionable.
Definitely not a coincidence. I guess that explains Natsuki's interest in baking. Still, of all the hobbies to pick up from a manga, that's definitely one of the better ones. Not to mention she's really good at it, so who am I to judge? See, this makes her look like she's 4. This doesn't make her look like an actual teenager. But, oh well. We read on for a few more minutes. I finished a couple chapters at this point. Are you sure this isn't boring for you?
It's not.
Even though you're just watching me read?
Well, I'm fine with that.
If you say so. I guess it's fun sharing something you like with someone else. I always get excited when I convince any of my friends to pick up a series I enjoy. You know what I mean? You don't?
That's not... Well, I wouldn't really know.
What do you mean? Don't you share your manga with your friends?
Could you not rub it in? Jeez.
Sorry.
Like I could ever get my friends to read this. They just think manga is for kids. I can't even bring it up without them being all like, you still haven't grown out of that yet? Makes me want to punch them in the face.
Oh, that's more like, I know those kinds of people. Honestly, it takes a lot of effort to find friends who don't judge, much less friends who are also into it. I'm already kind of a loser, so I guess I gravitated toward the other losers over time. But it's probably harder for someone like you.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
Wait, which part?
I mean, I feel like I can't even keep it in my own room. I don't even know what my dad would do if he found this. At least it's safe here in the club room. Said Monica was kind of a jerk about it.
Okay. Huh. So even with this, like, Natsuki wasn't really accepted, even though it was a literature club. She wasn't even accepted. So that's why she was so standoffish. And in the universe without Monica, where it was just Sayori, it was still a little bit better for her. That's really interesting.
Ugh. I can't win, can I?
Well, it paid off in the end, didn't it? I mean, here I am, reading it.
Well, it's not like that solves all my problems.
Maybe. But at least you're enjoying yourself, right?
So? Jeez, that's enough. Are you gonna keep reading or what?
Yeah. I flipped the page. Suddenly, Natsuki starts laughing.
I totally forgot that happens.
Oh shit, I skipped a thing. But
Minori is my favorite character.
wait, hold on. I can go back in the history. 1 second. Let's see. Okay. Natsuki puts her finger to one of the panels. Okay, that's what she was doing.
Return. You always feel a little bad for her since she's so unlucky. But it gets especially bad when... Huh? I shouldn't be talking about that yet. Just finish this chapter.
Natsuki's voice sparkles with excitement. It's a stark contrast to her usual bossy tone. But if she's not used to sharing her favorite manga with her friends, I can understand why. It's hard to express in words the feeling you get when connecting with someone like that. Being able to provide that to Natsuki, for whom it's a rare experience, the thought makes me smile a little to myself. Okay, so this is where it starts to come back into reality.
Oh, come on! Could your timing be any worse?
Sorry. I just need to make sure we have enough time. Though you do look pretty cozy over there. Natsuki suddenly notices how close she's gotten to me. She hastily slides herself a good 12 inches away from me. Alright, guess I'll stop here for now. I close the book and hand it towards Natsuki.
You're just giving it back? Don't you just want to know what happens?
Yeah, but Monica just said...
Don't be dumb. Just take it home with you.
Is that really alright? I say that mostly because I really didn't plan on using my spare time to read this.
Well, of course. It would take forever to finish up if you didn't take it home. Just finish that one before tomorrow so we can start the next one.
Excuse me.
And if it gets spent, I'll kill you.
By tomorrow? I only got partway through the volume so far. I might fall behind on some shows if I try to get through this. But I suppose that's a necessary sacrifice in exchange for seeing Natsuki's enthusiastic face. Or am I more scared of what will happen if I don't finish it? Alright then. I stand up. I return to where I put my stuff and carefully slip the book into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. Can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. Couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Okay, and this is where it starts to bend. Okay, I'm just gonna skip through. Yoink! Oh yeah, I should probably read this because this is like everybody's interpretation of Natsuki's poem. Eh?
I love it!
Oh, wait.
I love it! I had no idea you were such a good writer.
Sayori, you must be seriously overreacting. I'm not a good writer at all. I honestly have no idea what I'm doing.
Well, maybe that's why. Because I have no idea what I like either.
Jeez. I'm sure Yuri's opinion has to be a little more constructive than this. Maybe even Natsuki's. Are you sure you don't like it just because I wrote this?
Huh? Well, I'm sure that's part of it. I think I understand you a little better than a lot of people, you know? So when I read your poem, it's not just that poem. It's a jade poem. That makes it feel extra special. Like I can feel your feelings in it.
Sayori hugs the sheet against her chest. You're so weird, Sayori.
I'm really happy that you just wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really a part of the club now.
Not to mention the fact that I'm sitting in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I break my promise. Okay, so I think this is all the same. I think hers is the same. Alright, let's visit Natsuki. See what she enjoys out of my poem.
Okay, well, let's start with things I don't like. First of all,
Natsuki rereads my poem.
Never mind. I don't feel like giving you my opinion.
Huh? Then what's the point of sharing in the first place? I wrote this when I could have been doing other things. In fact, remember how I said I wanted to read your poems? That's what I had in mind when writing this. I want to help you feel comfortable enough to share yours. Like Monica said.
Well, I would be a little more comfortable sharing my poem if yours was really bad. You were supposed to show me how dumb people... How some dumb poem can make me go, huh? Well, it's not that great if... But let me show you what real literature looks like. And you went and ruined it. I hope you're happy.
So, in other words, you're saying you liked it. Natsuki's retort gets caught in her throat.
Oh, you're so... You don't understand anything, do you? I already told you that. You don't have to go announcing it to the world like you're all self-important.
Pretty sure you never actually said that. I say that mostly to myself. Natsuki must really hate me or something. I can't figure out if it's a win or a loss that she liked my poem. In any case, you still need to show me yours, right?
Fine, I guess. Only because Monica will make me if I don't. Yeah. I told her that you're not gonna like it.
And I think this should be... This should be everything the same. Yeah. Alright. Now let's see how upset Yuri is. Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes, more than enough time for her to finish reading. Oh! Sorry. I forgot to start speaking. It's fine, don't force yourself. I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah. Why do you ask? I'm just making sure. I guess that it might be after reading through it. So it's that bad. No! Did I just raise my voice? Oh, I'm so sorry. Yuri buries her face in her hands. I couldn't help but notice that it's been several minutes and we haven't really gotten anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine, I really didn't notice. So, what were you saying? Right, it's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I learned to pick up a few things. I think the most noticeable thing is that I recognize the new writers that they don't really... Okay, so this is kind of the same. Is Natsuki's the same as well from the very beginning? I don't really remember. Okay, yeah, this is the same. I think Natsuki's was the same as well. Alright, here we go. Back to Natsuki. It's not long before Natsuki comes up to me expectantly. Yeah. Don't worry, I kept my promise. I pulled the first volume out of Parfait Girls out of my bag. Natsuki takes it from my hands, then quickly turns it over, presumably to check for wrinkles. Hey, I'm not that careless. I handle manga all the time, you know.
I just wanted to make sure. Can you blame me for being paranoid? I don't give people my manga every day, you know.
That's true. I don't blame you.
Well, anyway, let me put this one back.
Excuse me.
I'm gonna get the next one, okay?
Natsuki makes her way to the closet. I follow.
So you're gonna tell me everything you thought, right? Where did this volume leave off again? I forget.
The chapter ended when Minori and Alice found...
Monica!
Oh, that's why I heard clicking. I'm messing around with my headphone cord, so it started clipping the audio in my head. I was like, what the hell? Natsuki's voice resonates out from inside the closet. Huh? I peer inside. All of Natsuki's books are lined up on the top shelf.
Did you move my manga again?
Sorry. The teacher got mad at me for taking up so much space in her closet, so I had to move some stuff around and clean up a little bit. It's all still there. I just had to organize it a bit. The top shelf is far above Natsuki's head. She can't even reach it now. Aw. She makes a futile hop trying to figure out how to reach her manga.
Jeez. So inconvenient. I'm moving all these all back down. There's plenty of room on these shelves. And besides, they're really pretty to look at when they're all lined up. Why would you waste that on the top shelf?
Natsuki, there's a stool on the wall there. In the closet, there's a collapsible stool that's hanging on the wall. If you want, I can reach up there and hand them to you.
I can get them myself.
Natsuki grabs the stool from the wall and unfolds it.
You think I'm too short or something?
I mean...
I knew it! Well, you know what? Just watch me.
Natsuki hops up onto the stool, which ends up being a little wobbly because of its collapsible design. Careful.
I know what I'm doing.
Standing on the stool, Natsuki's fingertips reach the top shelf. The stool would be enough for me to easily grab the books, but Natsuki is being stubborn as usual. Natsuki uses her finger to scoot one of the smaller books to the edge of the shelf.
See?
The book suddenly tips. Natsuki barely catches it before it falls to the floor. The stool wobbles. Losing balance, Natsuki hops off the stool. Thankfully, she was able to stay on her feet. She holds the box triumphantly.
There!
Having almost fell, Natsuki is a bit shaken up. Jeez, no need to prove yourself to me. There's no way you'll be able to get the bigger boxes like that. I can reach them, so just...
I said I can do it! I don't want your help, okay? I'm gonna get a chair, so just hang on.
Natsuki forces her way past me out of the closet.
Let's see.
The classroom chairs have desks attached, so they're too inconvenient to fit into the closet.
Aha!
Natsuki trots over to the teacher's desk, which has a computer chair behind it. No, because the wheels are gonna roll out from under her. She rolls it on its wheels back over to the closet. It's a little dangerous since the chair swivels and rolls, but I've already learned my lesson, so I keep my mouth shut. Natsuki climbs onto the chair, then slowly balances onto her feet. Since she refuses my help, I take a seat with my back against the side of the doorway and simply watch. Cute.
Aha! There we go. See? I can easily do it now.
Natsuki grabs a stack of manga and bends down to put it on the shelf below. The chair swivels. Natsuki catches herself on the shelf.
What are you doing? Can you at least hold the chair steady instead of sitting and doing nothing?
Who was it that told me not to help? Yeah, I gotcha. I hold the chair while Natsuki reaches back up. I can almost see up her skirt. I force myself to turn away. Natsuki seriously didn't think this through. Once she realizes I'll be dead.
Hup.
Natsuki wraps her arms around the Parfait Girls box set, easily the largest one on the shelf.
Ugh, heavy. Hey, Jade. I don't think I can bend down without falling. Hurry and take this one.
But then I have to go. But then I have to let go of the chair.
That's fine. Just for a second. Hurry up.
All right. Let me just stand up. I slowly release my grip from the chair. What do you mean stand?
What do you mean stand up?
Natsuki looks down at me.
Why are you all the way back?
Natsuki looks like she just realized something, but she'll lose balance if she moves. Natsuki, the box?
What are you looking at? You're trying to look up my...
Natsuki's legs shake. Oh, the thing is starting to go back and forth. I'm not, I was just... Natsuki, don't try to move. Just give me the box.
You perv! You set me up! Go away! Get out!
But...
I'll do it myself!
The chair suddenly swivels beneath Natsuki's feet. Natsuki! The scene suddenly turns into chaos in a split second. The chair flies from under Natsuki's feet. Frantically, I try to catch her. The box topples out of her hands and the books go flying. I got you! Crash. The full force of Natsuki's body against me throws me to the ground. A whole bunch of books pelt me in the face. Natsuki tries to shield herself with her own arms as her face lands straight on my chest. Ugh. My right arm and my back seriously felt the impact. Slowly, Natsuki comes to her senses. She presses her arms straight into me to prop herself up. Natsuki suddenly realizes that it's not the floor that's beneath her.
Gross! Gross!
A fist pounds into my chest. Natsuki then hoists herself onto her feet.
What were you thinking? You sicko!
Everything okay over there? I heard a lot of noise. A loud noise. Monica suddenly appears in.
Monica! See what happens when you put manga on the top shelf? Are you trying to kill your club members or something? Jeez!
Sorry.
Oh, and one more thing. It seems like your most recent club member is a total pervert. So I hope you're happy.
I didn't. Somehow it's impossible for me to explain this whole bizarre situation to Monica. I didn't do anything, I swear. I know, don't worry. Monica says that quietly to me. Looks like I'm off the hook.
Oh no!
Huh? I look down. Natsuki is kneeling on the floor holding one of the books that are scattered all over the floor. There's a large diagonal crease along the page that she's desperately trying to smooth out. It must have landed on that page. Natsuki tries a bit more to fix the crease, but she can't get it out. Suddenly she gives up and slams the book shut, then throws it to the floor. Instead of continuing to yell, she just lowers her head. Natsuki, are you...
No!
Natsuki's voice squeaks. I see tears on her face. I'll help get the crease out, okay? It's partially my fault, so... Natsuki shakes her head still looking down.
No, I don't even care that much. I'm just having a real bad day today.
Natsuki sobs again.
I didn't mean to take it out on you. I really didn't mean to. It's fine.
Oh, shit. It's fine. Is there anything you want to talk about? Natsuki shakes her head.
Just every day is so hard. I just want to come to the club and...
Natsuki falls silent again. I can't press her, so I can only do what I know to do. Alright. Well, I'll help clean this up. And I'll move the rest of your manga for you. I pick up volume 2 of Parfait Girls. We'll set this one aside. This will help cheer you up a bit, right? We can get started on it once I'm done here. Natsuki looks up with her glossy eyes. Her lip quivers.
You're really nice to me.
That sounds really strange coming from Natsuki. I didn't expect it at all. Well, I'm just treating you like a friend, you know? Natsuki lowers her head and stifles another sob. I'm not sure what happened to her today, but being nice is the least I can do. The next couple of minutes are silent between us as I begin gathering the scattered books. I make sure to slip them into the box into their correct order. After a little bit, Natsuki starts helping. It isn't long before we're done, and I hoist the box onto the shelf where Natsuki wanted to put it. Then I get onto the stool and quickly finish moving the rest of her books from the top shelf. Alright, that should do it. I hop off the stool. Natsuki averts her gaze.
Thanks.
It's nothing. Natsuki is holding the volume I set aside in her hands. Alright, I'm ready.
Good. Even if you weren't, I'd make you anyway. You're taking responsibility for this, for what you said. The thing about cheering me up?
If you insist. We sit in the same spot as last time, and I open the second volume. Natsuki's mood quickly improves, laughing and pointing things out to me. She's surprisingly sharp, making note of a lot of subtle repeated jokes and background elements. In the end, I'm pretty impressed by how everything ties together in this manga. I guess Natsuki has good taste after all. After some time, Monika gets our attention as usual, and it's time to share poems again. Guess I'll be holding on to this for now.
Yep. Even you sound more enthusiastic this time.
Well, I'm starting to get into it, you know?
Told you.
Yeah. I return to my seat and slip the book into my bag. Sayori. Okay, so Sayori's this time is different. Natsuki switches to Sayori.
Oh, I like this one, Jade. It has nice feelings in it.
I'm glad. Still, though, your tone makes it sound like you didn't, like you liked yesterday's poem better.
I guess you caught me. Sometimes you know me a little too well for my own good.
Well, don't just try to hide. Don't just try to be nice about it. If I'm doing a bad job, then I'd rather just hear it.
No. I still like this one, I promise. You know I wouldn't lie to you, Jade. Never, ever.
Yeah, I guess so. But what makes yesterday's poem so great compared to this one, then?
Well, I'm not very good at figuring out if poems are good or bad. But that's why I just go by my heart. If it makes me feel things, then it must be a good poem.
I'm not sure that's exactly how it works, but then again, I guess conveying feelings is a pretty important part of this whole thing. Yeah, maybe. Honestly, I don't even know what kind of writing you like in the first place.
Yeah! Me neither.
Ugh. Why don't you just try giving it some thought?
Oh, you want to write something for me?
That's
so sweet.
Yeah, right. You're always thinking about other people. You need to think about yourself once in a while. If you don't, you might end up getting hurt at some point. Foreshadowing from the very beginning!
Well, I don't really know what you mean, but I'll try to keep it in mind.
Well, whatever. Anyway, let's see.
I guess I like happy poems. Wait, sometimes I like sad poems too. Sometimes a little bit of both. There's a word for that, right? What's the word I'm looking for? Bittersweet. Yeah. I like things that are happy and things that are sad.
Happy and sad? Can't see you liking something sad, Sari.
Well, I like happy the most. But sometimes when you have a little rain cloud in your head, a sad poem can help give the rain cloud a little hug. And make the happy. And make a nice happy rainbow.
Sari, that's unexpectedly poetic.
It is? Maybe I'm getting better expressing my feelings after all. Thanks, Jade. I should go write that down then. You can read my poem now, okay?
Same one. Holy crap. This is the same. Natsuki! Natsuki reads my poem. She keeps glancing at me, then back at the poem. By now, she must have read it more than once. Is it that bad?
No, it's not. It's good. It's really good, okay? There, I said it. This wasn't supposed to happen at all. Why can't you just be bad at this? My poems are supposed to impress you, not the other way around.
You're trying to impress me?
Obviously. You think I'd let you enjoy Yuri's writing more than mine? Give me a break.
Well, in that case, what's the problem with me trying to impress you?
I'll tell you.
Natsuki's face suddenly freezes, and then it's like she's realized something.
You're trying to impress me?
Natsuki vigorously scans her eyes over my poem one more time. Then the poem slips out of her hands and flutters to the floor.
I have to use the bathroom!
Red-faced Natsuki quickly walks out of the room. Hey, Jade? Did you do something to Natsuki? I saw her rush out like that. You didn't do anything terrible, did you? No! I just told her that... My voice gets caught in my throat. There's no way I could tell Monika I'm trying to impress Natsuki. Monika sees the poem lying on the floor and swiftly picks it up. She reads through it, her smile not fading from her face. I see. You wrote this for Natsuki, didn't you? I mean... Not really. In fact, she didn't like your poem a lot the other day, too. Wait, in fact, didn't she like your poem a lot the other day, too? I'm surprised you know her taste so well already. Are you sure you're not cheating, Jade? Cheating? What do you mean by that? Never mind, I'm just kidding. I didn't understand Monika's joke at all, but I do! Anyway, how do you think Natsuki feels about you? Oh, you don't need to answer that. It was just something for you to think about.
Hey!
Natsuki comes up and snatches the poem out of Monika's hands. Neither of us had noticed her re-enter the classroom.
Did you read this, Monika?
Of course, I liked it.
You should really stop reading things that aren't for you, you know. You have a bad habit of doing that.
Huh? But Jade wrote this poem. And we're supposed to share with everyone, right? Natsuki freezes. She apparently forgot that my poem is technically for everyone to read.
Okay. Well, I think Jade is done sharing this poem with everyone. It's not like anyone would want to read this anyway. In fact, I'm just going to hold on to this.
If you insist.
What? Why are you looking at me like that?
Like what?
Never mind.
Natsuki, I'll give you the poem, but it's still not fair to Yuri. She hasn't gotten to read it yet.
So what?
So does it actually matter if I read it in different orders? Well, I guess Jade is right, Natsuki. It's not fair if you don't let everyone finish reading it.
Fine.
Natsuki returns my poem.
It's not like she's going to like it, though. Anyway, read my poem now. And no, I won't let you keep it. This is my only copy.
Alright. And this is the same. So, is Monica still going to be a choice to have her read it still? Or is she going to be cleared out because she read it just now? I mean, I still have to read hers. Yuri! Let's see how depressed she is at this. Are you still mad at me? Ah! For disrespecting Natsuki for disrespecting Natsuki yesterday. Because reading this poem, now I know you got mad at me. Because you prefer her writing over mine. That's not really true. Meaning, when I disrespected her, I disrespected you too, didn't I? Oh no. Yuri, you might be reading a little too much into this. How could I be so stupid? I always let these things happen. Whenever I think before I speak, I just come off as awkward and unlikable. But if I speak without thinking, the things I want to keep inside come out and make people hate me. So, please don't force yourself to be around me. I know this is what Monica wants, but it's not fair for you when you keep enjoying the time with Natsuki and Sayori. Yuri, please. It makes it easier for me if you don't express any concern. Besides, I have my books with me. That's all I need. Yuri smiles sadly and puts her head down on her desk. I'm frustrated. I don't hate her, but she's just not capable of listening to me over her own thoughts. I sigh to myself. All I can do is accept that's how she is. If she wants to be left alone, then I have no choice but to abide to that request. I don't even read hers. Wow. Huh. Monica. Hi again, Jade. What the fuck? I have no idea how that happened. It was kind of silly with Natsuki earlier, wasn't it? I'm glad the two of you are getting along so well. That's one way of putting it. Anyway, I already read your poem, but you can go ahead and read mine now. Okay, so it does matter, the way that, the order that you do it in. That's interesting. I like the way this one turned out. So I hope you do too. So if I had saved Natsuki for last, does that mean my poem would have gone to her? Like she would have kept it? After going through this, I think I actually kind of want to go back through Yuri's route as well, just to see, like, how Natsuki treats me had I chosen Yuri's route entirely. Because I think there's a third poem, and Sayori, I don't really read hers. Because, well, on the third day, I don't really spend any time with Sayori, because at that time, she's been really depressed, and she's been altered. But I think I get to spend time with Natsuki and Yuri here, whereas with Sayori, nothing happens. But more importantly, I wanted to see if Sayori will change this to Natsuki, like if Natsuki asked me if I wanted to go home. Yeah, I thought so, because I favored Natsuki in this route. Natsuki's the one to change everything. Maybe, what happens if I choose I would walk home with Sayori? I did choose Yuri last time, right? Sayori, you really think I would ditch you for Natsuki?
Huh? But what? She's so cute and fun to be around.
Jeez. I already see her in the club every day. Besides, you always seem to really like going home together. I wouldn't just ruin that for you.
You're so silly, Jade. You think about me too much sometimes. Natsuki would deserve it if she wanted so.
Sayori, I've already made up my mind. I really can't figure her out sometimes.
Sorry.
Besides, what's the point in speculating something that's never going to happen? Alright, and that's when it starts to regroup. And this time I'm gonna save Natsuki for last, and I'll give her my poem if she asks.
Hey, you!
Huh? I look up to see Natsuki next to me. Like, this time there was no transition between.
Are you just gonna sit there and keep staring at nothing? There isn't much time, so...
Sorry. I didn't mean to make you worry or anything.
It's not like I'm worried. I was just...
Natsuki glances down at her side. She's holding a volume of manga in her hand. That's right. Something just came up for a minute, but we can get started now. I won't make you wait any longer.
Jeez. Now you're making me feel like a jerk. If something's bothering you, then you can tell me and leave you alone, and I will.
I mean...
Assuming you didn't feel like talking about it or anything.
She practically mumbles that last part. Nah, I'm probably making it seem like a bigger deal than it is. I've just been thinking about Sayori is all.
Sayori? Thinking about her?
Yeah, she seems pretty down today. But she didn't want to admit it to me. So I can't help but wonder if something happened to her.
Oh.
Natsuki exhales.
Well, first of all, you should really work on your phrasing. But anyway, you're her best friend, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. Then in that case, I think you should just trust her a little more. If she needed you, then you would be the first person she would go to, right?
Well, I guess that's true.
I mean, some people just have those days. You can't always avoid it. If anything, she probably doesn't want you to worry about her because it's not important.
Yeah, that's kind of what she said to me. Maybe it's not right for me to go against her wishes.
Exactly. If she needs you to worry about her, then it'll be a lot more obvious.
Yeah. Should have thought of it that way from the start. Natsuki fiddles with the book while she's holding in her hands.
She really means a lot to you, doesn't she?
Don't get the wrong idea or anything. We've just been friends for a long time. It's normal to be worried about your friends. I mean, you were so worried about me, so...
I was not! Jeez, if you're fine, then let's hurry and get started already.
Yeah. Okay, everyone. Oh, so nothing even happens with us. Weird. Alright, so I'll save Natsuki for last. Monica. Hi, Jade. Have you thought about what you want to submit? Yeah. Sticking with Natsuki's style once more, I see. You really like Natsuki, don't you? That's... Oh, come on, Jade. It's awfully suspicious, you know. Spending time with her in the club room every day. Pretending to like the manga that she's into. You know how Natsuki is. If I don't indulge her, she'll end up hating me. Huh? No, I think you're misunderstanding, Jade. It's not like Natsuki just hates anyone who doesn't give her what she wants. Yeah, she's assertive, but she's not that selfish. In fact, I think you're the only one who indulged her as much as you have. Is that so? I kind of knew that, but I didn't want to admit it. So, I just need to ask one thing of you. Be careful, please. Natsuki is kind of unpredictable. A lot of times she doesn't even know what she wants. After all, she's the youngest one here. She might not know how to handle her own feelings properly. What I'm saying is, if something bad happens, then it could end up damaging the club too. And you wouldn't do that to me, right? I'm not sure how to respond to Monica. While I care about her and the club, it's also kind of unfair to bring that up. I just thought about it. If I go all the way through, like, Natsuki's route, and then back into the second route, where Sayori's gone, will Natsuki go haywire and not Yuri? Well, you're smart. I'm sure you'll do the right thing. Anyway, okay, and here's the reality. Yuri. If she didn't let me read her poem the first time around, I don't think it's gonna be any better. Yuri doesn't look too enthusiastic about spending time with me. I guess if she changes her mind, she'll come to me. But I should just leave her be for now. I don't even approach her! Wow! Oh god, that makes me feel awful inside. Sayori.
It's nice, I guess.
Come on, I can already tell you don't like it.
Well, you don't need to worry about what I think. After all, you wrote this for someone else, didn't you? Probably Natsuki.
I didn't write this for anyone specifically.
Maybe. That's not really what I meant, though. But it's okay. You're making new friends just like I was hoping. That makes me really happy. And you're happy too, right? In this club?
Well, of course I am.
Good. That's all that matters to me. Thank you, Jade.
Sayori, is there something wrong?
Huh? No, nothing. I'm just a little tired today.
Alright. And then this is where it starts to wrap back around. And Natsuki.
Let's see!
You're certainly enthusiastic today.
Of course. You know I like your writing.
I'm just surprised. It seemed like you had a lot of trouble admitting that before.
Well, of course. I just had to put you in your place a little bit. It's not like I was shy or anything stupid like that. Or jealous. I really wasn't jealous. Just because you happen to be a good writer. That's such a dumb thing to get jealous about.
Natsuki,
What?
you're not very confident about your writing, are you?
What are you talking about? My writing is obviously the best. Right?
It took me a while to figure out, but I think I finally did. Maybe Natsuki acts so arrogant because she's trying to make up for her own insecurities. If she acts like she's the best, then other people might think that way too.
Right? Jade? Please just tell me you like my poems. I don't care if you hate them. Just tell me I'm the best. I just really need to hear that from someone. I know I sound stupid, but there's a reason I've never shared my poems before this.
Natsuki.
Because nobody ever takes me seriously. What's the point in sharing poems if people just laugh and say, "That's so cute, just like you, Natsuki"? Sometimes I don't want to be cute. But nobody understands that.
Excuse me. Doing this voice just makes my throat like clench up, and then it like forces all the gas in my lungs and my stomach just to like form. It's weird.
I try really hard when I write. The style doesn't matter. The emotions are there. Why can't anyone see that? I just want...
Natsuki trails off. Maybe it's because her lips started to quiver. I look down. Her fists are clenched really tightly. Hey, Natsuki? If you're not careful, you'll rip your own poem. I gently grab the poem with my own hand until she relaxes her grip on it. I place it flat on the desk and smooth out the wrinkles that she put into it.
Don't read it!
Before I can pick it back up, Natsuki snatches the poem up from the desk.
It's not any good. And I know you hate my poems. So you don't have to read this one, okay?
But I want to read it.
Why?
Because I like your poems. I really do. Why would I judge you for your style? It's not like my own style is anything crazy. I mean, it's true that the first time I read one of your poems, I didn't look much into it. But I know you better now. And it's wrong for Yuri to think your style is more immature than hers. And Sayori, she always means well. But sometimes she's so focused on simple happiness that she doesn't understand what people really want. Yeah, I guess I never really thought how hard it is for you. And I'm sorry if it was part of that problem. If I was part of that problem. I understand now. You're not just cute, you're more than that. Natsuki, you're doing it again. Once again, Natsuki clutches her poem a little too hard. She looks down, hiding her eyes from me. I never realized how difficult this was for her. Finally, she forces herself to extend her arms and set her poem on the table.
You can read it. Just turn that way. I don't want you to look at my face right now.
Okay, I will. Huh! This poem's different! Awesome! Because you. Tomorrow will be brighter with me around, but when today is dim, I can only look down. My looking is a little more forward, because you look at me. When I want to say something, I say it with a shout, but my truest feelings can never come out. My words are a little less empty, because you listen to me. When something is above me, I reach for the stars, but when I feel small, I don't feel very far. I don't get very far. My standing is a little bit taller because you sit with me. I believe in myself with all my heart, but what do I do when it's all torn apart? My faith is a little bit more stronger because you trusted me. My pen always puts my feelings to the test. I'm not a good writer, but my best is my best. My poems are a little bit dearer because you think of me. Because you.
Why are you looking at me like that? If you don't like it, then just say it. I won't get mad.
No, it's not that I don't like it. I was just a little surprised to read. I guess I'm not used to hearing such nice things coming from you.
Don't just say that! Dummy. What do you think the point of writing is? Expressing things that you can't just say.
Yeah, I understand. I'm sorry for missing the point sometimes. I always mean well. And I'm happy that you showed this to me. I liked it.
Well, yeah. I'm a pro, so...
Natsuki mumbles, completely failing to sound confident like she usually does.
Just remember that I can think these things through sometimes, too. You know, when you're nice to me, it's meaningful.
I'm glad. Sensing Natsuki is satisfied, I start to hand the poem back to her. But as I do, Natsuki takes my hand and pushes them back away. Her small, soft hands surprise me with her assertion.
I don't want it.
Eh? Why not?
I just don't! Jeez.
I realize what Natsuki is doing. Unable to be honest, she's trying to give me the poem in a roundabout way. Well, in any case, I'm going to keep it. Instead of teasing her, I choose to go along with it.
Good! If you didn't, I would... Never mind. I'm just glad that you want it.
Natsuki backpedals on her words and just leaves it at that. Despite her best efforts to hide her expression, I can see her faintly smiling to herself.
That's all for now, so go put it away before someone else sees, okay?
Yeah. I'll go do that. With that, I return to my seat so that I can put away Natsuki's poem. Okay, now let's get on with the rest of the game. I want to go through Natsuki's route entirely and see if like anything's like added to like Natsuki's part, like if I chose her all the way through. Nothing's changed with Sayori, and I'm very scared about what the fuck just happened. Oh, Jesus. It scared the shit out of me. I saw something fly across, like, in my peripheral vision. My flash drive fell from my desk onto the carpet, and I thought, like, I saw, like, a giant-ass cockroach because of the way that it's shaped. Turns out the cord that's connected to my mouse just brushed it off the desk. I was about ready to throw hands on a bug that doesn't even exist. I think the setup for it is the same, but once, like, we get, like, to the frosting bit, I think she's gonna be, like, a little bit more open with me, maybe, who knows. Okay, so nothing under that area has changed. Alright, and save. Overwrite that, return. Sayori, I love you.
Huh?
Those are my true feelings. There's no way you could like me more than I like you. I should have realized it sooner. Spending more time with everyone at the club, making new friends, and having fun with you every day, it helped me realize that you are truly the most important person to me. That's why I accept any of your burdens. As long as we continue like this every day, with you by my side, then I know we'll both be happy.
Jade!
Ah, that's where the hug came into play. Okay, my character. Suddenly, Sayori wraps her arms around me tightly.
Jade! Is this really okay?
Yeah. I hold Sayori in my arms and pull her closer. You'll never have to let go of me again.
I love you, Jade. I want to be with you forever.
Me too. I feel like Sayori's grip around me weaken a little bit.
What is this?
Sayori?
I'm supposed to be happy right now. I always thought this would be the happiest moment for me. But why? Even now, I want the red clouds go away. They're not going away at all, Jade.
It's okay, Sayori. It might take some time for things to get better again. But no matter how long it takes, I'll be there every step of the way. It's all that matters right now.
Okay. I trust you.
Sayori and I slowly release each other. So, I guess that makes the festival tomorrow our first date, huh?
What are you saying? I don't want to think about those things, you know? I want everything to be the same as it's always been. Even if we really are a couple. I don't know if I could handle anything more right now. It's really new and scary to me.
I understand. We'll go at whatever pace suits you best.
Hey, Jade?
Sayori gazes at me once again, smiling sadly.
Even if I get really, really sad, this is the best thing for me, right?
I don't really understand what Sayori means by that. You're saying that this is making you feel sad, Sayori?
I don't know. I don't understand what I'm feeling. It felt like a bunch of thorns when you told me you love me. But that's why I want to trust you.
Yeah, because I'm going back on everything that I just did with Natsuki.
You know what's best for me.
Yeah, I do. That's my promise. I say that, but in reality I've never felt more uncertain when it comes to Sayori. I know that I love her, and she loves me, but I'm having as much trouble understanding Sayori's feelings as she is. Even though I can comfort her, I keep wondering if I should be doing something more, or if something's different. I know these thoughts will continue to plague me until things are back to the way they were. Is that what Sayori meant by not wanting anything to change? I don't know. But I know that I'll give it everything I've got. Sayori is the most important person to me. And I'll do whatever it takes to have a happy future with her. It's the day of the festival. Of all days, I expected this to be the one where I'd be walking to school with Sayori. But Sayori isn't answering her phone. No! No way! considered going to her house to wake her up. Do it, you idiot! But decided... Meanwhile, the preparations for the event should be nearly complete. I managed to carry all the cupcakes myself. Natsuki is already texting up a storm, but I can't respond thanks to my hands being full. Wait a minute. Hold on. History. Hold on. You kind of left her hanging this morning. Exchange, Monica, of course I do, but I'm the club president after all. But I stammer, embarrassed. Did Sayori really have to tell her that quickly that we're a couple now? I didn't really plan on bringing it up with anyone yet. Jeez. You don't know the full story at all, so don't worry. I probably know a lot more than you think. It's different from the one that she practiced. God damn it. So can you not actually save Sayori in this? Or do I have to go in myself and stop her from doing it? Wait a minute. Is this secret poem different? A dream. I was staying over at my friend's place. There were 4 of us. I drifted off to sleep while everyone was talking and watching TV. In my dream, I was still at my friend's house. The only difference was that there was nails sticking out of the walls everywhere. There was also someone I didn't recognize. The person I didn't recognize told a joke and everyone laughed. I woke up to the sound of everyone laughing at something that happened on the TV. So the laughing was not part of the dream. It was the noise that woke me up. I wonder who that person was and how they knew to tell a joke at that moment. Okay, so I can still go with Natsuki. Fucking Monica. Freaking Monica. Okay. She never puts my stuff back in the right spot. What's the point? Okay. I want to see if there's anything that changes with her text, because we already saw everything that happens. My dad would beat the shit out of me if he found this. I don't even know what my dad would do if he found this. My dad would beat the shit out of me if he found this. Huh. Natsuki is strangely quiet now. I glance over at her. This looks like she started to fall asleep. This wasn't in the original, was it? Hey, Natsuki. Yeah?
Yeah?
Suddenly, Natsuki collapses straight into me. Hey! No! Even the music's gone to shit. What was that supposed to say? History. Okay, now it's even starting to show in this. Oh, jeez. Natsuki, are you okay? Here. Monica reaches in the bag and pulls out some kind of protein bar. She throws it in Natsuki's direction. Natsuki's eyes suddenly light up again. She snatches the bar from the floor and immediately tears off the wrapper. I told you not to
give me...
She doesn't even finish her sentence before stuffing it into her mouth. Don't worry, Jade. She's fine. It just happens every now and then. That's why I always keep a snack in my bag for her. Anyway, why don't we all share our poems now? Oh yeah, I forgot that there's a skip option. Just to skip all the shit that I read before. If you're interested in Natsuki, then always bring a snack. She'll cling to you like a puppy. Natsuki's dad doesn't give her lunch money or leave her any food in the house. So she's in a fussy mood pretty often. Huh. But sometimes she just loses all her strength and shuts down. Like earlier. This is just a guess, but I think she's so small because her malnutrition is interfering with her adolescent growth. But hey, some guys are into petite girls too, you know? Okay. Whoa, I'm not clicking any of that. Natsuki. I'm only doing Natsuki, please. Oh, hi.
Whatever's on your mind, I'm sure it was nothing. I don't even remember anything bad happening. You're the kind of person who worries too much about the little things, aren't you?
Actually, I read that before, so... Oh, what the fuck? What the fuck is that?
My polo silk glow, the blind side, and lifeline all around. Receptibility and flawlessly armored, circumvention named Nade.
Remind me not to read that much in that voice. It, like, vibrated my brain so much that I think I just got a seizure. Hold on, I think I just skipped over some shit. Okay. Monica. Besides, Natsuki has already run off into the closet. Jade, since your compliments put me in a good mood, I was wondering if you would like to spend some time together today. I mean, in the club. I suppose so. I don't think I could say no to you after you gave that book to me. I guess I need to make sure Natsuki isn't waiting for me. After we finished reading yesterday, she's fine. She's reading over there, see?
Don't think about her so much. She's used to being ignored. Come on, we're going over there.
Well, that was a long transition. Okay, so this is where Yuri just takes over, and she's gonna be the one to die. So after a little bit of a Google search, I was able to see a way that you are supposed to be able to save Sayori, but it takes a very meticulous way throughout, and it's better to do it after you've gotten the Just Monica route. However, you can still do it after a fresh game, which I am starting up right now. But the way to do it is that you have to get all 9 sequences in maybe a Just Monica route. I don't know. I have to look back through the other just to make sure, which I can do right now actually. Basically, the way that you have to do it is that you have to select everyone's route, restart before you witness Sayori's death, and then go through it again. Actually, the way that you have to go about it is that you have to go through Sayori's route, restart before you witness her death, go through Natsuki's route fully for all of them, restart before you witness Sayori's death again, go through Yuri's route, fully do that, and then witness her death just to progress into the next stage, go all the way through, and just witness everything that goes on. But I do know that there is a special route that you can take if you solely go with Yuri in the secondary route that involves Natsuki a little bit more than what I was intending to do, just in case like there was a secondary Natsuki death, which there wasn't. But it does involve Natsuki in a slightly different way than I expected. But I'll get into that later, so I just have to like keep going through and just keep clicking my fingers out. Once you go through the entire thing and get to the Just Monica route, you still have to go through with deleting her, but it does affect the way that the game restarts from the original playthrough that you're supposed to go through. But you have to wait until you get her poem, I think, is what I was told, because if you delete her too soon, even then it will be like, oh no, you didn't play it right. So it kind of dicks you over in a certain sense, but I mean, it's just clicking. It's just clicking, so it can't be that bad, right? I mean, look, I'm already done with the first route. First section, I mean. And the best part is that after you do it, after you complete one section, you can actually just skip through the entire thing. But in this episode, I'm going through Natsuki's only route, Yuri's only route. For extra content, I'm just going through Natsuki's only route, which you already saw, trying to save Sayori at the same time of getting Yuri's route, and then Yuri only second route for something special. And then the super official ending. I'm already preemptively putting my mouse over on the side so I can just skip right over the poem. Then already seen text and cutscenes are skipped if you already have it set up. So if you progress, everything's already like good. You don't have to do anything again. You can create a save file, start up a new game, and it'll just completely do it for you. What sucks about this is that it does take its time through the first playthrough. Well, just anything not really seen. So I've gotten the second poem for Sayori done. Now I just have to skip through this. Yay! Also, with this route that With this time around, I think what I'm going to do is during Natsuki's route, I'm going to save her for last on the second day to see if she actually does fully take the poem, because before, when everyone hadn't read the poem, it was stopped. But now I can show her, and she might just take it. There's scene 2 for Sayori. Now, all we need to do is just confess to her. And I'll just go with Natsuki for the same route, just because I want to save all of Yuri's for Yuri's route. Wait a minute, did I not read Yuri's poem that time around? Holy shit! I didn't read Yuri's poem that time around either. What? So is Yuri just really that much... Like, I know that she's not the most stable person with the cutting or, like, just meeting new people, but really? Huh. After going into like hyper-focus mode where my finger just barely moves, like it takes me a second like to recover. Oh hey, they're doing their poems. Didn't even realize what part I was at. Alright, Sayori's third poem has been written. Now all that's left is just to go through Natsuki's baking route and confess to her, restart the game, and go through Natsuki's route. Ah, now I've got the technique. Just balance it on my hand and just bounce my fingers on top of it. There we go. And we save here. Do that. Main menu. Yes. And new game. And we'll just skip through all of this. And let everything just shoot the breeze. Oh boy! Look how fast that goes. You don't have to click through it. I probably developed carpal tunnel in that little bit. After each one, you just skip. So it doesn't really matter. It's just a little bit of clicking. But what sucks is that I really want to get this video done because I really want to know everything that goes on in this, just because Dan Salvato, yeah, I hope I'm saying your name right, because you worked so hard on this game. Like, I'm not dyslexic, but even I read his name as Savalto. Added the L somewhere else where it doesn't even exist. Okay, and then Natsuki comes back in, neither of us, blah blah blah. Did you read this? Of course. She really stopped things that aren't meant for you. It's a bad habit of doing that. Jade wrote this poem, and you were supposed to share with everyone, right? Natsuki freezes, apparently the blah blah blah, technically for everyone to read while it is done sharing with his poem with everyone.
It's not like anyone would want to read this anyway. In fact, I'm just going to hold on to this.
If you insist.
What? Why are you looking at me like that?
Like what?
Oh, never mind.
Well, I guess Natsuki has my poem now. Not that I really plan on keeping it. Okay, so that's all really the difference is. Been going at it for another hour already. Yay! Okay, it doesn't really matter which one I pick. Ah, shit, I should have just picked the love route. Would have been quicker. Oh well, I guess I'll just click through this. Route 2, finished. Alright, let's read a little bit into Yuri's route. Don't know why I did that. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book from the one she lent me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. So this is relatively the same as, like, the distorted route with her. She sneaks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry. I was just spacing out. I'm out of this sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... that's the book you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious. How come you have 2 copies of the same book? Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday, that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. Ah, I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decide to go. but I decide to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. I just realized, if I continue with her route, the second day should be different, because that's when she starts dragging me into the closet, just like to talk, and starts acting weird. So from today, I think it should be relatively the same, but after, like, day 2 and day 3 doesn't even exist in the second run. What am I talking about? Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's it about, anyway? Well, Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Alright. I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister, but as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escape from human experiment program, and while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her whole life starts to fall apart. That's kind of, it's kind of dark, isn't it? Wait a minute, is the book different? The way that she describes it, is a little bit different? Yuri made it sound like it was going to have a nice story, so that dark turn came out of nowhere. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Jade? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy these kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems so completely different. It's just that these kinds of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange perspective, a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals or their own philosophy that they believed in. Yeah, this is the mentality of where everybody struggles. Like, this is where I like Yuri at her best. Not everybody. A lot of people, whenever they're watching like a movie or reading a book, will say, oh, these guys are the bad guys, and these guys are the good guys. But, in reality, the good guys are the people that always win. Even if the person that has the most twisted outcome, and this is going to sound horrendous, but if we look at Hitler's perspective, and I know this is a joke in Cards Against Humanity as a card of seeing things from Hitler's perspective. It's a horrendous thing to talk about. However, he was seen as the good guy, and if he had won, he would be always the good guy. However, we won against that situation, so we're seen as the good guys. However, in a different timeline, he continues to live on, and he is still smiled upon it. I don't know what the correct term would be to use there. Like, here it's frowned upon to even talk about, but that's just how life works. The good guy is the person who wins. Anyway, and suddenly when you thought you related to the protagonist, they're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. Exactly. Huh. So I like every character in this. I honestly do. Sayuri is a little bit of like, the easygoing route for like anyone. I like Yuri's for the mentality of it. I like Natsuki's just because you get that sensation that you can just pick her up and carry her everywhere like a little puppy dog. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost any interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books or writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. That's... I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. Well, that's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago, you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put in my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and I start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means when reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry. I was just... Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it quite difficult to turn the page. Here. Yuri takes her left arm and holds open the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm and the right side of the book. That way I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips onto her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? To turn the page. Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah. Thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri? This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? See, this is different. Well, I guess she's more... Fuck. That's why you don't click on the side. Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways. But she also second guesses all of the things that she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything. But they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. Yuri remains silent for a moment. But Jade, That's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that. Wait! I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were so self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I meant it more that it's kind of cute. What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri... Oh. Yuri exhales... Fuck! I even clicked at my... I even clicked that time. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Is that alright? Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not... It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference that either way. In that case, I'll read a little bit more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. Alright. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slid it back into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write... Okay, this is where it starts. Yoink! Monica. Skippity-doo-dah, skippity... Oh, great job, Jade. I was going, ooh, in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep it's easiest for me to keep everybody's expectations though. That way it always counts when I put in some effort. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that kind of imagery and symbolism? Unlike Sayori, who's usually simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness, Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write that kind of effectively. Like that effectively. Both allowing people to get something out of just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze all of its nuances. It can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has it at this point. I never really asked though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep on exploring and learn by trying new things. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. Skip. And Sayori. Skip. Natsuki.
Jade, if you're not going to take this club seriously, then go home.
What? Harsh?
What do you expect me to believe if you actually put effort into this? Do you think I'm stupid?
I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put in effort. We all start somewhere, right? If you're still proud of the first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. Painful to think about?
Fine. Well, sorry. You'll get better anyway. I tell you what to improve, but you're better off just trying again.
Fair enough. Well, to each their own, I guess.
Anyway, I guess I gotta share mine now. Knowing you, you'll probably think it's stupid.
Does my character actually like it? Oh, okay, so I still do like it. Yay. Yuri! As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. What was that? Did I just say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, then it ends up covering her whole face. He's going to hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a deep breath. So, kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Oh, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant... Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words of the poem as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah. Okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. Okay, this is where it starts to circle back. Yeet! Huh? It's nothing, really. Okay, let me go back. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive, huh? It's nothing, really. Yours was impressive, too, so... Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Jade. Me too. Alright. Good. Sounds pretty good. Yes! Help me, Yuri. Skip. Hey, Yuri. Huh? I suddenly noticed that Yuri is reading a different book from the one that we've been reading together. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. No. I was just kind of waiting for you. If that's the case, well, why don't we go ahead and get started? Yes, let's. Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first? Not at all. Thanks very much. If there's one thing that can make my reading time here any better, it's a nice cup of tea. Not to mention for yourself as well. Yuri stands up and makes her way to the closet. I follow and watch as she retrieves a small water pitcher from the shelf, the kind with a water filter inside. With a filter inside. Did it say water? I don't remember. Oh well, I'm not going back. Can you hold this for a second? Sure. Yuri hands me the water pitcher and also fetches an electric kettle. I'm going to plug this in at the teacher's desk, then we'll go get some water. She walks past me and sets the kettle down at the teacher's desk. I simply watch her movements. To my surprise, the way that she moves really contrasts her speaking mannerisms. Especially because of her long legs, Yuri appears elegant and methodical. Okay, may I have the water pitcher? Thanks, I'll be right back. I might as well walk with you. Yeah, why not? Shall we go then? Was this part of it? I don't remember. Part of the distorted route? Yeah. Where are you two off to? Where are you two off to? Well, we're just... Yuri was gonna make some tea, so, I suddenly realized how weird this sounds to explain this to Monica. We're just filling the water pitcher. Oh, okay. Sorry, I was just a bit curious. That's kind of a one-person job, isn't it? That's... Monica, please mind your own business for once. Or do you want me to tell... Or do you want to tell me there's something wrong with helping involve Jade in club activities? Whoo, she put her down in shit. My mouth gapes. I suppose there's nothing wrong with that. Then let's go, Jade. Yuri quickly exits the room and I follow. Okay. Once in the hallway, she suddenly puts her forehead against the wall. Okay, so this is where it starts to... This is something of the last distorted route that I remember, but I think it goes haywire. I don't remember how. Like, she starts going a little bit crazy. I spoke without thinking. How could I say something like that? Yuri, something about the way she said that. It made me feel so... irritated. What's wrong with me? No, Yuri. I think you did the right thing. I wasn't expecting it, but... It's also not right for Monica to judge people like that. Jade, how come even when I do something bad, you're being nice to me? Because nothing you do is as bad as the way you make it seem in your head. Nobody's perfect. We have emotions and we can't always hide them away. But you always amplify things in your head. Your mind turns a light rain shower into a hurricane. No. Wouldn't you hate me for something as terrible as that? Why would I hate you? I can't hate someone for having emotions. What kind of friend would do that? Friend, you say? Yuri lifts her head. Jade, I really like being friends with you. Thanks, Yuri. I like being friends with you too. I kind of feel awkward saying something like that. But I'm doing my best to help Yuri feel better. Anyway. Yeah. Shall we go? Yeah. Yuri and I walk to the nearest water fountain. Once we fill up the water pitcher, we return to the classroom. Jade, do you like oolong tea? Yeah. Anything is fine. Very well. Yuri sets the temperature down to the kettle to 200 degrees. Now it's time to get the teapot. You really... Fuck! I reread the line in my head, so then I just skipped over my line. You really do like this. You really do this properly, don't you? Of course. I should do no... So many misclicks for this. I shouldn't do any less when I'm making tea for others. Even if I'm not an expert on tea or anything? In that case, you'll only be even more impressed. Perhaps I will. Yuri fetches the teapot and begins measuring the tea leaves. To my surprise, she even starts humming a little to herself. You must be in a good mood now. Is that so? I was letting it show, and you noticed. I was doing a bit of thinking, and I decided that I would try expressing myself a little bit more. It turns out that it's not very hard for me to do. When it's you who's around, anyway. That's great, Yuri. Just don't push yourself too much. You're always worrying about me, Jade. It's very endearing. Yuri wasn't kidding. I don't even know how I can keep up with this. I'll watch Yuri pour a cup of tea for each of us. Jade, I have another request. Do you mind if we sit on the floor today? Yeah, here comes the boobs part. I mean, back. Why is that? It's a little easier on my back. I can read with a back against my wall rather than bending over at my desk. Sorry, I didn't realize. No worries. I just have a back pain fairly regularly, so I do my best to manage it. Is that so? I wonder why that is. It's most likely because of my... Your posture, right? Always hunched over like that while reading? Yes. I have terrible reading posture. So that's why we should sit on the floor. Fair enough. I'll go ahead and get the book. I retrieved the book from my bag. I have some chocolate as well. Why do I have chocolate in this realm as well? It's a bag of small chocolate candies that I kept hidden from Sayori's candy radar. Ah. So that's different. I take it since it'll go well with the tea. Yuri and I then sit against the wall, teacups at our sides. As if in sync, we assume the same reading position as last time, each holding one half of the book. Except, this time, our bodies are even closer to each other. I can't see too well. Yuri slides closer until her shoulders are touching. How am I supposed to focus on reading like this? Yuri was always kind of cute, but when she's being less apprehensive, it's almost more than I can handle. Your teacup? Yuri hands me the teacup, my teacup. Holding it with my hand that's not holding the book, I end up in a position that makes it even harder to focus. because now I need to worry about making sure I don't accidentally touch her chest. Meanwhile, Yuri still hasn't noticed a single thing. She wears an intense reading expression, and I can only presume the world around her is as faded as the world around her is faded away. I use all my willpower to focus on reading. After a few minutes, I finally managed to relax a little. I put the teacup between my legs and fumble with the chocolate wrapper. Sorry. I briefly let go of the book to finish opening the wrapper. You can have as much as you want. That's okay. I won't take any. Are you sure? Well, if I touch, then it might get smudges on the pages. You're right. I didn't even think about that. My bad. No need to apologize. I'll hold the book open, okay? Are you sure? Of course. Yuri opens the book with both hands. She holds it so that I don't have any hard of a time reading from it. But as a result, her left arm is practically resting on top of my leg. Well, in that case, Yuri is already focused on reading again. I take a chocolate candy and pop it into my mouth. Then I take another chocolate, and I hold it up to Yuri. She doesn't even look away from the book. She simply parts her lips as if the situation was completely natural. But that means I can't stop there. I apprehensively place the chocolate in her mouth. Just like that, Yuri closes her lips over it. I was about to say around it, switched to over it, and came over it. Yuri's expression suddenly breaks. Did I just... Yuri looks at me like she needs to confirm what just happened. Jade. Sorry. I guess I shouldn't have done that. Well... You were just helping. That's something that friends do, right? I mean... Not really in this kind of context, but... See, this is all different, I think, because the last time it happened, she picked me up and took me to the closet, and it was even weirder, right? Yeah. That's all it was. Yeah. Then... You don't need to stop or anything. I see. The situation has gotten really tense. Yuri tries to return to the book, but I can tell by her expression that even she can't focus now. My heart is pounding. I nervously take another chocolate between my fingers. By this time, Yuri's eyes meet mine. How did it even come to this? Yuri doesn't even avert her gaze. I notice her chest rising and falling to the rhythm of her breaths. Yeah, sure, that's what you're noticing. I raise my arm. Like before, Yuri parts her lips, but it's different this time. I take the chocolate and place it in her mouth. I feel her hot breath on my fingers. Abrupt. Okay, everyone. Yuri jolts back. It's time to share poems. Jade, you can help Yuri put away this tea stuff, right? Yeah, of course. Okay, thanks. The spell is abruptly broken. I'll take care of the cups. Yeah. Yuri picks up the teacups from the floor. I pick up the bag of chocolates. In the end, we hastily clean up without so much of a word between us. I get the feeling this is something neither of us will have the courage to bring up. And... I think I'll actually save here, because I want to see what happens if I visit Yuri first, and then visit Yuri last. Return. Yuri. Let's see what you've written for today. Yuri stares at the poem with a surprised expression on her face. Do you... like it? Jade, this one might even be better than yesterday's. How did you even pick up on this so quickly? Just yesterday, I was telling you the kind of techniques worth practicing. Maybe that's why. You did a good job of explaining. I really wanted to try giving it more imagery. Yuri visibly swallows. Even her hands appear sweaty. I'm not used to this. Used to what? I don't know. It's fine. It's fine. Take your time. Yuri breathes and collects her thoughts. I know that Yuri likes to think before she speaks, so I offer that patience to her. Yeah. Just being appreciated like this, I guess. It probably sounds really stupid, but seeing someone motivated by my writing, it just makes me really happy. Are you saying you never shared your writing before? Yuri nods. Really? I don't believe it. I really only write for myself. And besides, people would just laugh at me. Do you really think that? Again, Yuri nods. Huh. Even your close friends? Yuri doesn't respond to that. I wonder why. Anyway, do you want to share the poem you wrote today? Yeah, I do. If it's with you. And this is the same poem. Gotcha. I was a little more daring with this one than yesterday's. Oh yeah, okay. So I've already read through this part, but my character hasn't. Natsuki, hers is probably going to be different.
Well, I can admit that that's better than the last one. It's nice to see that you're putting in some effort.
That's good.
But I still don't like this at all. It's trying too hard to be serious.
What do you mean by that?
Poems don't need to be all deep-sounding to express something. It's going to just sound like you're forcing it unless you really don't suck at it. Honestly, don't bother trying to write poems like this until you're on Yuri's level.
Natsuki suddenly stopped short all of a sudden.
Don't tell me.
Eh?
You're not just trying to impress Yuri, are you?
What are you talking about? Keep your voice down.
You know, Yuri would love this kind of thing, this angsty. Just because she's a talented writer doesn't mean... I mean... It looks like I'm in trouble. I somehow struck a nerve, though what I did is beyond me. I'm so done with you.
Natsuki shoves the poem I handed her back over to me.
Take your stupid poem. If you wrote it for someone else, just don't show it to me.
Ouch. This is what I get for letting a younger girl step into my business. Unless I was a mind reader, I was destined to be in a world of pain from the start. At least Natsuki wasn't really the girl I was trying to impress in the first place. Oh, so nothing read there. And Monica. Skip. This one's good. It feels like you're not only getting more comfortable with your writing style, but the imagery is better than the last one I read. Just wondering, but have you been finding inspiration in Yuri's writing style? I guess so. You can't deny that she's talented. Yeah, totally. I think her poems are the most romantic. That's the best way I can describe it. She's like a totally different person when she picks up a pen. I noticed that too. Or when she's talking about literature, it's like a light turns on inside of her. Sadly, it's hard to get it's hard to get much personal conversation out of her. Trust me, I've tried. Who knows? Who knows what goes on in that head of hers? I hope you don't mean that in a bad way. No, of course not. I just meant that I wish that she didn't keep to herself so much. But still, defending her like that, you must be pretty into her. You completely misunderstood. Calm down, I'm only kidding. Besides, I'm pretty sure she's already got a boyfriend. Wait, really? Yeah, a fictional one anyway. Oh, a husbando. Monica kind of whispers that last part to me. It's just a hunch, but... well, there's not really anything wrong with that. Oh, well, I know. I was just saying. But anyway, Skip. Oh boy. I would walk home with Yuri. Walking home with Yuri, huh? Why does that thought make my heart pound? I mean, given how hard it is for her to socialize, I would feel awful turning her down, so... Isn't she... Wait, have I read this before? Yuri's third phase, as well as... I just remembered I also have to do her route for the thing. Why does it feel like I'm being watched? I glance around the room. Suddenly I notice Yuri peering at me from over her book. But she looks just as quickly with a flustered look on her face. She looks away with just as quickly. Jesus Christ, I'm struggling so much to read. I realize that she won't get anywhere with this. I've never really seen Yuri approach anyone or start a conversation on her own accord. So I have no choice but to approach her myself. By now it's a little easier for me to do that. I stand up from my desk and sit in one next to her own. I didn't mean to bother you or anything. Relax, you didn't even do anything. But I could tell that you wanted to be alone with your thoughts. Alone with my thoughts? How were you even able to tell what I was thinking like that? Well, it's something I do a lot. So it wasn't hard for me to spot based on your posture and expression. Not that I was staring or anything. I didn't do anything creepy like that. In any case, I guess you were right. I'm sorry I caused you any concern. Okay, I just remembered, like, my character's mindset was focusing on Sayori, so this section's actually pretty small. Don't apologize. Your troubles are only the concern of those who willingly share in that concern. Of course, there are certainly those who would find it most comfort in keeping to themselves. But if you would prefer to share what's on your mind, then I would be glad to listen. It's not really that big of a deal. I was just feeling a bit uneasy about Sayori. Sayori? Yeah, she seems a little off today, but when I asked her about it, she didn't really want to admit it to me. So I can't help but wonder if something's happened to her. Oh. That's quite romantic. Huh? Sorry. I didn't mean it to say something stupid. It's not that. I just didn't want you to misunderstand. Sayori and I have been friends for a long time, that's all. Ah, I see. Then perhaps it is unusual for her to be dismissive to you about her feelings? Or maybe I'm just reading into it a little too much. Jade, the world is full of meaning, often hidden deep beneath plain sight. There are many untold mysteries behind every person, no matter how well you may know them. So you think there might be something behind it after all? I think that Sayori is a very complex person. Her mannerisms on the outside don't always match what may be going on inside her head. And she may not always know what she wants. I noticed her strange behavior today, too. And I always feel some concern for her. But in your case, it looked like she was fully occupying your thoughts, wasn't she? Well, I guess that was the case. Sayori, she really means a lot to you, doesn't she? I guess. But you don't need to put it that way. We're just good friends, that's all. Yuri suddenly looks deeply into my eyes. Her expression is gentle and curious, as if she's searching for something. Embarrassed, I avert my gaze. Sometimes, a person's mysteries are untold even to themselves. And you, as someone honest and caring, may uncover feelings you weren't aware were in you. That is... I think that she would be a very fortunate person to have you feel that way about her. Yuri, you're giving me too much credit. I'm a pretty simple guy, so I think I'm pretty good at understanding my own feelings. I'm not nearly as sophisticated as you. That's not a compliment, is it? It is what it is. Anyway, as long as we're here, why don't we do some reading? Well, as long as you're okay with it. Yeah. I should be taking my mind off this whole thing anyway. And we just skip the reading. Good. Okay, so this is probably a good place to save again, just to see a double route just in case. Let's visit Yuri first.
Jade, your writing has only improved in these few days. Every poem you've shown me has been nothing short of spectacular. I can really feel the emotions. I'm a little envious even. I don't think it ever came to me this naturally.
Yuri, that's the wrong way to put it. This never did come naturally to me. But I've never been able to improve so much but I've been able to improve so much thanks to you. You're really the example I was chasing after.
Is that so?
Yuri gently smiles to herself.
This feeling... I'm so glad I got the chance to share my writing. I never thought it would feel like this.
I remember you mentioning that yesterday. I can't believe you're so good at something and you've never even shared it with anyone. It's kind of a shame.
Maybe, but it's not like I really had a choice.
What do you mean?
Well...
Yuri smiles sadly.
Jade, during lunchtime I eat by myself. Did you know that? It's a great time to find a quiet spot and do some reading. In fact, I always have some books with me. You could say I really enjoy reading. Well, that's only one way to put it anyway. But books are so full of amazing and inspiring people. People you want to fall in love with. Or people you just want to... you just know would make a real good friend. Cheerful people who always put a smile on your face. Or deep thinkers and problem solvers who discover the mysteries of life. So, when you look at it that way, I'm surrounded by friends every day. You know? And those friends don't laugh at me. They don't tease me for spacing out all the time. They don't make fun of my body type, and they don't hate me for acting like a know-it-all.
People say that about you?
I'm not a know-it-all, Jade. It's the opposite. I don't know anything. I don't know how to talk to people. I don't know how to make people see me as normal. I don't even know how to make myself happy. I have all these feelings, and all I can do with them is read and write. But it wasn't until now that I started sharing it with you that I really understood what was missing all this time. But I really haven't done anything. No. That's wrong. Just being patient and respectful, that's really important to me. I know I'm a difficult person, Jade. I speak too slowly. I second guess myself all the time. I read too deeply into things. But every time, you've always treated me like anyone else. It's so rare that I feel comfortable with myself when I talk to others. That's why every time I talk to you, I just feel really happy.
I see. Well, I treat you how you deserve to be treated, Yuri. And if other people don't see it that way, then screw them. I mean, I joined this club hoping I would make friends. And I would say I've had at least one success. Wouldn't you?
If you put it that way... Yeah. We really are friends now, aren't we?
She's smiling and doing the embarrassed... Yuri puts her head in her hands. But this time, she's smiling as she does it. Do you want to show me your poem?
Yeah. I do. Let me get it for you.
Ooh. Ghost Under the Light Part 2. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. In the distance, a blue-green light flickers. A lone figure crosses its path, a silhouette obstructing the eerie glow. My heart pounds. The silhouette grows. Closer, closer. I open my umbrella, casting a shadow to shield me from visibility, but I am too late. She steps into the streetlight. I gasp and drop my umbrella. The light flickers. My heart pounds. He raises his arm. Time stops. The only indication of movement is the amber light flickering against the outstretched arm. The flickering light is a rhythm that the pounding of... The flickering light is in rhythm with the pounding of my heart, teasing me for succumbing to this forbidden emotion. Have you ever heard of a ghost feeling warmth before? Giving up on understanding, I laugh. Understanding is overrated. I touch his hand, the flickering stops. Ghosts are all blue-green. Ghosts are blue-green. My heart is amber. Finishing the poem, I start to hand it back to Yuri. But instead of taking it from me, she looks away.
Do you dislike it?
No, of course not. I just don't really know how I should respond. Despite Yuri's poems usually being cryptic, it wasn't hard to figure out what this one was about.
I don't know if I'll be able to explain this one.
That's fine. I understand it. Yuri is having a even harder time speaking than usual. Does this one mean a lot to you? Yuri nods. I'm not really good with words, but I'm happy that you shared it with me. So, thank you. And I hope we start spending time together. Despite my inability to make eye contact, I can see a faint smile emerge from Yuri's lips. I once again try to hand the poem back to her, but instead Yuri gently takes my hands and pushes them back towards me. I hesitate in response to her warm touch.
You can, the poem is...
Once again, Yuri fails to form a complete sentence. You mean I can keep it? Yuri nods. I'd love to. Again, Yuri faintly smiles as if she doesn't want me to notice. You always make me feel nice. I know I'm not good with people, but I hope... Oh, fuck.
I hope that I can return the favor sometimes.
Yeah. Don't worry. I think you did a good job. Yuri finally turns back toward me.
I guess we should move on before Monica says something. But I'm sure we can talk again later.
Yeah, I'm sure we will. With that, Yuri timidly smiles at me, and I return to my seat so I can put her poem away. If I go through these, and then like it shows that like Natsuki doesn't read Yuri's, then I can go back and see what happens. Well, wait a minute. No, I read all of theirs before they read each other's, so it doesn't really matter. Monica. Skip.
Your style's gotten so refined, Jade. Yuri's been teaching you a lot of things, hasn't she?
Well, I guess so.
Yeah. I've been noticing how much time you spend with her. I think I heard her say more words these past couple days than she talked in a whole year. Not sure how you did it, but that's pretty impressive.
Well, she just needs some patience and a way to talk about it about all the things in her head, I guess. I'm still getting the hang of it myself.
You're certainly putting in a lot of effort. You must really like her.
That's...
It's awfully suspicious, you know. Spending time with her in the club room every day. Reading that edgy novel with her.
Well, I just feel bad that she has a hard time socializing. It makes me want to make sure that she doesn't spend all her time alone. Besides, the novel isn't too bad either, you know.
Alright. I get you. Just be careful, alright? I know that Yuri isn't used to opening herself up. So if something bad happens while she's vulnerable, then it could be really hard for her. Her books aren't a total escape from reality. They're just a bandage.
You say that like I'm going to get hurt. I'm going to hurt her.
Sorry, I didn't really mean that. If anything, she might accidentally hurt herself.
Foreshadowing. And... Sayori. Skip. Natsuki.
Yeah, no thanks.
You didn't even...
Next.
Really short and sweet. Okay, skip. And we're going to choose Yuri. Well, I'll probably be the most useful helping out Yuri. Me?
Are you serious? Why would you?
Natsuki, I can already tell you're about to say something mean.
No. I was just saying. Ugh.
So you'll be helping Yuri then, Jade? Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm glad. I have a bad habit of overthinking these sort of things. So I think your assistance will be very useful. That's great to hear! Natsuki, will you be able to handle the baking yourself?
I mean, yeah. I already said I would be fine.
Okay, okay. Everyone can tell that Natsuki is feeling a little sour. So, is that everything we need to go over? Yeah, that should be about it. Are you guys excited? Well, excited might not be the right word, but I suppose I'm looking forward to it a little bit. Do you feel the same way, Jade? Me? Me? I guess you could say I'm interested in to see how it'll turn out. That's good enough for me. What about you, Natsuki? Natsuki.
What? Why is everyone yelling at me? I didn't even do anything.
No, that's not what I meant at all. Yuri anxiously glances between everyone in the room. I'm sorry for this. I don't really know why Jade picked me. And also, your cupcakes are the best cupcakes I've ever had. They go really well with my tea. But nothing that I do for the event will compare to that, so...
I get it. I'm kinda surprised though.
Why?
Well, I'm the one acting immature. I already know that. But you're trying to cheer me up all of a sudden.
I know I'm not very good at it. I'm sorry if I said something bad. Natsuki isn't the only one surprised. Monika and I are also taken aback by Yuri's words. When she already has trouble with words, trying to cheer someone up must be far out of her own comfort zone. But I begin to understand. Yuri was trying to sound like Sayori. Even if it didn't work perfectly, I can tell that she tried to say something Sayori would say at a time like this. Because Sayori always helps everyone smile and feel good about themselves.
No. I kind of appreciated it. I'm sorry for making a big deal out of nothing. But I'm going to say this. You better bet my cupcakes are going to be the best part of the whole event.
I believe you. Yeah! I hope to see everyone do their best. But with that, there's nothing more for today. So I guess it's time for us to head out.
Alright, let's get out of here then.
Everyone packs up their things. I start to follow Monika and Natsuki out of the door as they chat between each other. I turn around. Sorry. I just realized that I don't have any way of contacting you this weekend. Oh, you're right. I can't believe that slipped my mind. Should I give you my phone number? I think that would be the best way, yes. Alright then. Yuri and I exchange phone numbers. Okay. Then I'll be stopping by your house on Sunday. Eh? My house? Is that a problem? No, not at all. I just thought that I would be the one going to your house since I'm the one helping you. I suppose that makes sense. But if you don't mind, I think I would prefer going to your house. Alright. In that case, it won't be a problem. I decide not to press Yuri for a reason. It's not like it would matter much either way, so I'll just need to make sure my room is clean. I hope I managed to make myself useful in some way. I'm not really creative as you are.
don't underestimate yourself, Jade. I think that we'll all make a very productive team. Even if you only chose me because you felt bad or something.
Wait! You don't actually think that, do you?
I don't know. It's difficult to come up with any reason you may have chosen me.
You're forgetting the only reason that... You're forgetting the one reason with the most common sense. I chose to help you because I wanted to help you.
But...
Yuri thinks to herself with an extremely tense expression. Yuri, you're overthinking this. You wanted me to point out what you're overthinking, right?
I didn't realize.
I'm telling you, I want to. That's all there is to it. Do you believe me? Yuri thinks really hard again. She looks straight into my eyes for a long while.
I believe you.
It's as if it took her tremendous effort. Yuri finally says that and relaxes her expression.
And I'm really looking forward to Sunday.
Yeah, I am too. After that exchange, I make my way to the door and Yuri follows. And skip. I've been getting increasingly anxious about Yuri's upcoming visit. I keep telling myself that there's no reason to be nervous, but that doesn't help much. Yuri is clearly an introvert and also an intimate person in general. Wait, did that say intimate? Yeah. I almost, for a second there, I thought it was intimidating. There's no doubt that she'll open up a little bit when it's just the two of us. Meanwhile, we've just been texting occasionally. She was extremely apprehensive at first, but it wasn't long before I was already learning more about her. But putting Yuri aside, I haven't heard a thing from Sayuri since she left club early the other day. It's not like we text each other all the time or anything, but I've been worried about her in the back of my mind. Between what Sayuri said and what Monica said, is it really okay for me? Okay, yeah. As I approach my house, I see something that makes me feel a moment of panic. Yuri? Aww.
Thank goodness.
You're a little early.
I'm sorry
I wasn't home yet. Were you waiting for me a long time?
No, I just got here. But I started to get really nervous when nobody answered the doorbell.
You always could have texted me. If I had known, I would have reassured you and hurried more on my way home.
I suppose that's true. I didn't think of that for some reason.
It should be common sense to do that, but I decided to ignore it. Anyway, let's go inside. I see you brought a lot of stuff with you.
That's right. And did you manage to find everything I asked you to buy as well?
Yeah, pretty much. At least, I hope I got everything right.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
I take Yuri into my room. Huh, so this is my room. Pretty simple, but oh well. The first thing she does is glance around curiously, which makes me feel anxious.
It's so clean.
I cleaned it before you came over, so...
That's very considerate of you to do.
No. I would be really embarrassed for my room to be a mess while you were here.
Well, I do enjoy cleaning. Would have gladly helped you clean.
That would be even more embarrassing. Wait, don't look in there! I snatch Yuri's wrist, which was in the process of opening a desk drawer of mine.
I'm sorry. I wasn't thinking for some reason. I was just spacing out.
It's fine, it's fine. I let go of Yuri's wrist. She puts both of her hands firmly in her lap, as if making sure she's keeping track of them. So, should we get started?
Yes. I have a few things planned that you can help with. Decorations and other atmospheric enhancements.
Atmospheric enhancements?
You know, mood lighting, aromatherapy candles.
Oh, wow! I didn't know you planned on taking it that far.
Of course. I want to help take our guests to a faraway place, although many will stop by just out of curiosity. And for cupcakes, I guess. I'm determined to provide an experience that will leave them wanting more.
That's great. It's easy to forget you're a pretty intense person.
Intense?
I guess that's the best way to put it.
Is that a bad thing?
No, not at all. It's something that I like about you, actually.
Is that so? It makes me feel relieved. And kind of happy.
Yeah, no need to be so anxious. You can relax a little.
Relax. I brought some things for relaxation. I was going to use them during the poetry event.
Oh yeah? Like what?
Let's see.
Yuri rummages around through her bag. She pulls out a few candles and a wooden cylinder-shaped object.
I did some shopping on my way here, so I happen to have these in my bag. I plan to cover the windows in black paper and use the candles to light the room. I think that would be amazing, don't you?
Yeah, that would be pretty neat. Ooh, so, what's that wooden thing?
Oh, this? It's a diffuser for essential oils. How familiar are you with aromatherapy?
Not familiar at all.
Ah, is that so? It's one of my favorite contributors to a positive atmosphere. Depending on the oils or herbs you choose...
Fuck.
Depending on the oils or herbs you choose, you can change the mood of the air itself. You can even feel it permeate through your body. Relaxation, positive energy, romance, reflection. It's almost like magic.
Yuri takes the cylinder and pushes a switch on the bottom. In just a moment, a thin layer of vapor begins to spout through a small hole in the top. Wow, that smells wonderful. What kind of mood is that for? Is that one for?
This is jasmine essential oil. It smells a little sweet and flowery, right?
Yeah, that's a good way to describe it.
I chose jasmine for the event because it provides more than relaxation. Jasmine enhances your emotions and helps you feel them flow throughout your body. You feel warmer and your heart pounds more heavily. Don't you think it'll be perfect for sharing our poems?
It does sound suitable. You seem to know a lot about this, so I'll trust your opinion with anything.
Yuri smiles gently,
clearly enjoying herself. She again reaches into her bag and pulls out several spools of thin ribbon. What are those for?
Well, did you purchase the origami paper I asked you to get?
Yeah, I have it over here. We won't be using paper for folding
We won't be using the paper for folding origami. What I'd like to do is write a different word on each paper. We'll need just about 100 of them.
Oh yeah? What will those be used for?
Well, I'm going to cut pieces of ribbon to hang on the doorway of the classroom. Then we can fasten the paper of the ribbons to create a doorway curtain. Wouldn't that be beautiful? It would also catch the eye of those passing by the room. It may attract some to peek inside.
That's really creative. I had no idea you would be so good at this, Yuri.
Is that so? Well, I suppose I do get a little intense, as you'd put it.
Yuri giggles with red cheeks. Is it just me, or is she more relaxed than when it's just the two of us? Or maybe it's the excitement she feels from sharing something that she enjoys.
Here's a marker, Jade. You can write any characters you want. I'll help you once you finish cutting the ribbons.
Alright. Sitting on the floor together, the two of us get to work. I carefully draw a different character on each paper, doing my best to manage my bad handwriting. Yuri unravels a long strand of red ribbon to her desired length. Then she reaches into her bag once more and pulls out a pocket knife. The knife is strangely beautiful. The silver handle with an intricate pattern of waves etched into it. The blade itself is gently tinted blue. That's no ordinary pocket knife. Looks really fancy.
Well...
Embarrassed, Yuri looks away. What is it?
You're going to think it's weird.
Yuri, whatever it is, I have no reason to judge. To each their own, you know? If you promise you won't be weirded out.
If you promise you won't be weirded out.
Yeah, I promise.
Alright. The thing is, I'm kind of into knives. They're just so pretty. I can't help it. I don't know what it is. The combination of craftsmanship and the feeling of danger, maybe. Oh, what am I saying? Please don't think I'm weird for this. You're laughing at me.
No, I'm not laughing at you. It's just funny how nervous you are about sharing. It's, well, an interesting thing to be into, I guess. But I think it kind of suits you.
Suits me?
Yeah, it's kind of intense. Besides, it's a really cool looking knife, I can't deny that.
Is it? It is, isn't it?
Yuri relaxes her expression once again.
Would you like to hold it?
Sure, I'll check it out. Yuri carefully hands me the knife while the handle is facing me. I take it and I turn around in my hand. It feels heavy and extremely solid. Where do you even get a knife like this? Curious of its sharpness, I feel the point of the knife with my index finger. Ow!
Jade! Why did you do that?
I didn't expect it to be that sharp. I barely touched it at all.
It's my fault. I should have warned you. This knife is extremely sharp. It can cut through skin like it's paper. Oh no.
A small drop of blood trickles down the side of my finger. Yuri takes my hand and gives the wound a closer look. She stares at it and noticeably fidgets.
If you're squeamish...
If you're squeamish, I'll go wash it off now. Without warning, Yuri puts my finger in her mouth and licks the wound. That's not sanitary. I feel her tongue color around my finger. Ooh, that's even worse. Startled, I instinctively pull my hand back.
Oh? Please forgive me. I wasn't thinking.
Yuri lowers her head, her face burning up. Yuri.
That's the most embarrassing thing I've ever done. How could I do something like that? I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Sure it was a little weird and it took me by surprise, but I guess she was just trying to help, right? What is with this guy's thinking? Yuri, I think you're overreacting a little. She doesn't lift her head. What if she doesn't recover from this for the rest of the afternoon? Alright, you know what? This might be a stupid thing to do, but I do it anyway. I take Yuri's hand and lick her index finger in return.
Jade! Did you really just do that?
Now we're even. Yuri just looks at me like I did something wrong. I knew that would be a bad idea. If not for the sweet aroma of jasmine oil, the air would be extremely heavy right now.
You're so weird, Jade.
Yuri giggles shyly. Yuri calling me weird? I have no response to that.
Where do you keep your bandages?
I don't think I need one, actually. It was just a tiny cut. Look, it's already stopped bleeding.
I see. That's relieving.
The tension is quickly lifted. We each resume our respective activities. I watch Yuri's knife cut through the ribbon like it's nothing but air. Meanwhile, I continue to make progress on the paper. After we finish attaching the paper to the ribbons, we lay them all out side by side. Side by side. It looks better than I expected and it will be very effective as a door curtain. It looks great! Good thinking coming up with this, Yuri. Okay. 2.5, great.
Thanks. It's just something I saw online, really. Are you ready to move on to the next task?
Yeah, let's do it. What do you have in mind?
I'd like to create a banner. That's why I asked you to buy the paint tablets.
Oh, that's right. One of the items Yuri asked me to buy was a kit of watercolor paint tablets.
We'll need about 6 cups of water to put each of the tablets in. Do you mind fetching those for us?
Of course not. 6 cups of water. I'll be right back in a minute.
Thank you very much. Oh, and just a little bit of water is okay. If you fill the cups up too much, it will be too diluted.
Taking Yuri's advice, I decided to use small plastic bathroom cups rather than full-size glasses. I put them on a plate to catch any paint that drips, but then bring it back into my room. Yuri?
Yes?
I come into my room seeing Yuri unrolling her sleeve, pulling it back over her arm. Nothing. Her face is a little red. Is it too hot in here or anything?
No, not at all. There's nothing wrong, so let's mix the paint.
Yuri hurriedly dismisses me and takes it up upon herself to unwrap the tablets, dropping them into the cups.
So, I thought we would do something simple that would look very nice. I'd like to paint a gradient across the banner, starting with the colors for a sunrise, then daytime, then sunset, and nighttime. Once it dries, I'll write an inspirational quote across the banner. We can hang it on the wall behind the podium at the front of the classroom.
Oh, neat. What are you going to write?
Well, it'll be more fun to surprise you.
Yuri smiles at me. If you say so. After rolling out the banner, Yuri and I kneel on opposite sides so we don't get in the way of each other. Yuri uses a brush and adds a few dots of different colors across the banner to serve as a color guide when we paint. This kind of reminds me of elementary school. Painting on a banner with watercolors feels a lot like the art class projects we had back then. It's relaxing.
I'm sorry if this feels too childish.
No, I didn't mean that at all. It's kind of fun, you know?
Yeah, it is fun. I'm glad you feel that way too.
Yuri stops painting for a moment, thinking to herself.
For me, I don't need to go out and do crazy things to have fun. In fact, I usually don't even want to. I just like when I can spend time with one person. Even if it's something simple, like reading, it doesn't even matter if we talk much. Just having a friend next to me makes things feel a little bit nicer. I think that's all it takes for me to be happy.
Is that so? Even if Yuri and I are quite different, I can understand where she's coming from. I feel that way about things like anime and games, where simply sharing the experience with someone can make me happy. I think I feel the same way. Yuri smiles gently.
I knew you'd understand.
I feel as if, Yuri's section is a lot bigger than Natsuki's. Yuri leans over the banner to grab an unused paintbrush. But I move at the same time, causing my head to bump into hers. Sorry. Yuri wheels back, and I quickly lift my hands in surprise. Are you hurt?
No, I'm not hurt. It just startled me, that's all.
Sorry, I should have asked you to get it for me. It's not your fault. Your face. There are droplets of paint on Yuri's face and neck. It's getting harder for me to read because, I'm getting this weird, not headache, but, vibe in my head. It's weird. Plus, it's been 2.5 hours since I started the second recording.
Is there something on my face?
Yeah, I accidentally got paint on you. Sorry, it's totally my fault. I'll get a towel right away. I rush out and fetch a small towel, then I dampen it with hot water. I return to my room and kneel back in front of her. Oh, that's what we were doing. Here. I pat down Yuri's face and neck with the towel. Is something wrong?
It's hot. I just didn't expect it.
Sorry. I didn't want to use cold water. Having finished, I start to retract my hand, but Yuri suddenly holds my wrist.
Wait.
Huh?
Just for a little longer. It feels really nice.
I keep my hands still against Yuri's neck. She looks into my eyes. It's an intense expression that I recognize when she reads her books. Almost as if she's lost in a daze, enveloped by her own thoughts. She breathes gently, half through slight parted lips. What is happening? Is this the aroma of the jasmine oil giving me this dizzy feeling? Yuri's gentle fingers wrapped around my wrist send a tingling sensation through my arm. And suddenly, her face seems to get much closer to mine than it was just a moment ago. Yuri slowly pulls away. Sorry. I've been feeling a little lightheaded today. I didn't mean to space out. It's fine. The moment is over as soon as it began. Yuri picks up her brush again, but her movements seem clumsier, like she's unable to focus. Yeah, it's because she's losing blood. I remain silent, forced to ignore the event that just transpired. I hesitantly retrieve my own brush and continue following Yuri's example. That should do it. I finish filling the night sky with white dots that look like stars. Looking at the banner as a whole, it's very pretty and natural looking. I think it came out better than I expected. I'm really happy with the results. Yeah, me too. Are you going to add the lettering now? Not yet. It needs to dry first. That's true. But won't that take a while? Well, perhaps it would be best to leave it here, then have you bring it in the morning. I can do the lettering in the classroom before our event starts. Is that okay? That's totally fine. Wonderful. In that case, I don't think there's anything more for us to do here. You say that like you're glad that it's over. I was wrong to assume that you were... Was I wrong to assume that... Was I wrong to assume that you were just... That you were at least enjoying yourself a little bit? No, it's not that. I'm just glad that we managed to get everything done. I see. I am too. I was a little concerned about time. I need to start making dinner soon. So you don't have any time left? I was secretly hoping I would be able to have extra time after finishing this work. Well... Yuri thinks to herself. I think it would be too irresponsible for me to wait much longer. I'm sorry. I was just hoping there would be more time as well. It's probably my fault. Sorry for being such a slow worker. No, it's not your fault at all. And the important thing is that we got everything done, right? Yeah. So... I shouldn't be disappointed or anything. Gathering all her things, Yuri seems to be a little downcast. I understand why. It sounded like she rarely gets the opportunity to spend time with friends in a relaxed environment. Well, that doesn't mean that this is the last time. That this is the last time it can happen. Once Yuri packs up, I walk her out to the front door. Thank you very much for having me today. No problem, I'm glad I was able to help. Just let me know when there's anything else that you can help me bring tomorrow. I will. Well then, Yuri fidgets. I guess I'll see you tomorrow. Wait! I kind of say that without thinking. About today, it's fine that we don't have as much time as we wanted, because we can do this again. Whenever you want, you can come over, or we can go out somewhere. I forgot you don't like going out much. As I stumble over my words, Yuri smiles bashfully. Anyway, you know what I'm trying to say, so... You're very thoughtful, Jade. Yuri takes a step closer to me, then briefly squeezes my hand. I kind of like that about you. Well, how am I supposed to respond to that? I don't even get a chance to, as Yuri suddenly backs away. Sayori? Huh?
Hi, Jade.
Sayori, just now we weren't...
It's okay, Jade. I just stopped by to say hi.
It's nice to see you. I'm sorry, but I'm already on my way to leave.
Oh, really? too bad.
I'm sorry. But we'll all be together at the festival tomorrow, so that's fine, right?
Of course.
Sayori beams.
Yeah, so I'll see you tomorrow.
Clearly embarrassed, Yuri hurries off. Sayori waves goodbye after her. And we skip. And I'll save this over top this. It's at this time that we're in the final stretch, and this is actually the third recording session of this. I hope to God this is worth it, because if it's not, I may just have to shoot myself. I think it's been either 5 or 6 hours of recording before this. I really didn't want to have to enter a room like this. It isn't kind of a breach of privacy, but she leaves me no choice. I gently open the door. Say, oh no! Logan Paul! Yeah, I have to drop that now, otherwise I'll be stuck doing it the entire time. Let's start up the new game. The distorted game. It tries to fix itself. I love how they made that happen. Just imagine if there was like some, like, it was just like, oh, you're trying to skip through this text, bitch, I'm slowing you down on purpose. Like, imagine if that was like an actual thing, like it tracked how fast like you were clicking through some of this shit. It'd be like, no, you're not clicking that, you're reading this. You are going to enjoy our time together. I mean, I wouldn't put it past them. I mean, if they can track you recording a game, or like track you through the process of how you launch the game through Steam, I think they could do a whole lot with this. I really want to just like hear what it sounds like in the recording of like just the clicking, just the incessant clicking, just. It probably won't sound exactly like that. It probably won't sound anything like that, but just. Yes. Okay, so I've read this one before. The thing that I want to show you in this route is something to deal with Natsuki, but you have to focus solely on Yuri, and I mean solely on Yuri. So, the only way to do it is just go through her desired shit. But from what I believe it's on the third, poem for Yuri. Like, if you focus solely on Yuri, you have nothing to do with Natsuki at all, and you just focus on Yuri, that's when it's supposed to appear. What the fuck was that? Hold on, what was that line that caused that? What, was there a line that caused that? No, but I have no idea what caused that. I wonder why I can't skip this, because I know oh shit. The game is constructed ever so meticulously that it builds you back into like this sense of security, and then it disturbs it in a different way. So it's incredibly well thought out of where to place some of the minor details of some of the other things that you won't expect it to be hidden, instead of it just being like a jump scare every now and again. Yeah, there it is. Yeet, yeet, yeet. Hello, universe. Oh, hello. Hi, Yuri. I'm not sure if I'm not sure if it's me or if it's Yuri's expression. But the weight of yesterday's quarrel still hangs in the air. Yep, that's definitely what's happening to her. Like, if I had the chance, I would love to make like this into like a full like IRL video and skit, but like ignore like the player control aspect and just like make it so like it's all in his head, but it is still like affecting the real world in itself. Like what he's perceiving isn't actually what's happening, but there is some deep shit that is going on in the world that he can't see. Like there is a wall over his eyes that is protecting him from seeing something even worse. But some of the contamination that's going on from the outside is still making its way in. I would love to be able to do that. Like it seems like such like a fun idea in my head, but I don't know how I could pull it off. Oh yeah, here's the cutting part for Yuri. And I love the aspect that they separate the music, like they make it muffled in the hallway to make it seem like the classroom is its own escape from reality, but it's not. It's all still going on at the same time. Okay, here's where the creepiness comes into play. Fuck me. I'm trying to click through it! Stop it! There we go. Jesus. Please help me. Okay. I've unlocked a special poem. Nothing is real. Nothing is real? But there is an actual thing that is going on behind it. And I don't know what it says. That's cool. I love that I still get new stuff. Fuck, I forgot about this part. I think this is the part where I'll start reading again and just, like, wait until it pops up.
What are you talking about? You say like I do that on a regular basis or something. I just wasn't paying attention, okay? I'm sorry. Seriously, what's gotten into you lately?
Me? Nothing. Is it really that bad?
See, it is something.
I'll get over it. It's not even anything noteworthy. I've just been feeling a little on edge lately. Anyway, we don't need to talk about it.
Well, I just felt I needed to bring it up. It's not really like I care or anything.
Aw, man! Am I the last one here again?
Well, Jade just walked in too.
Were you practicing piano again? Yeah. You must have a lot of determination. Starting this club and still trying to make time for piano? Well, maybe not determination, but I guess passion. It motivates me to work hard for a festival and, right. I forgot. About that, Natsuki. We were all talking yesterday and, well, we decided that we would like to support the festival as well. However, I understand how you feel about not wanting the club to change. I think we all kind of feel that way. So as long as we're all working together, this club will never become something we don't want. Also, if you help us out with the festival, then I'll buy you a new manga.
Sorry, that last part was really funny. Look, I did some thinking yesterday. I was a little more hostile than I meant to be. I guess I just really felt threatened or something. But I know this is something we're doing together. Another new member wouldn't hurt as long as they're cool. And I guess another girl would be nice this time. But more importantly, I would hate to see the event suck just because I chose to back out. I'm a pro, you know. So I'm gonna help out too. And we'll make sure that it's done right.
Thank goodness. Isn't that great, Monica?
Monica?
Yeah, that's wonderful. It wouldn't be the same without you, Natsuki. Anyway, Jade, what do you want to do today? I was thinking we could... We already have plans today. Is that so, Yuri? That's correct. Jade is already engaged in a novel that we're already reading together. Aren't you glad I've already gotten him into literature, Monica? I suppose. I was just... Actually, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. You guys can do whatever you want. Yes! Thank you for understanding, Natsuka.
Natsuka? Skippity-doo-dah, skippity-yay. I didn't even see her. Jesus! Motherfucker. That stupid double click. God damn it. It gets you so off of what it's supposed. God damn it. Such good writers. Get out of the scary bit. Get out of the scary bit. Get out of the scary bit. Now get out of the creepy bit. Hi, Monica. I know you'll help me, right? Huh. Okay. Yuri. Okay, so I've given Yuri my poem, just like the last time I went down this route. Oh, fuck. Yeah, that's right, she's talking about masturbating with my poem, or my pen, or some shit. I'm getting out of here, motherfucker. Bitch, get away. Hope she's okay. And now, Natsuki.
What? You gave your poem to Yuri? Gross! What is with you two? It's not like I wanted to read it anyway. It's just pissing me off a little bit you didn't even think to show me at all. Ugh. Okay, I guess I'm going to share my poem with you anyway. I really hate that I have to do this. But unfortunately, I don't have much of a choice. Just read it carefully, okay? Then you can go away.
Oh yeah, this is her saying that there's something wrong with Yuri and I really need to do something about it. I changed my mind. Ignore everything you just read. There's no point in trying to do anything. It's Yuri's own fault that she's so unlikable. Can you hear me, Jade? If you would just spend more time with Monica, all these problems would go away. Yuri and I are too messed up for someone as wonderful as you. Just think of Monica from now on. Just Monica. Just Monica. Just Monica. Just Monica. I could have sworn that I was told that something happens with Natsuki, unless I already saw it. Or missed it somehow. I don't know. Monica. Don't say I didn't warn you, Jade. Yes. This is new. Today I cut my skin open for the first time. It was exhilarating. I think I understand how blank feels now. I'm supposed to be the responsible one, though. So I don't think I'll be doing it again, unless I decide to kill myself. I left a memento on the occasion below. So Monica tried cutting herself just to see how it felt, how Yuri felt. Huh. Why? Why would she do that? Yeah, so I was told that if you go solely with Yuri, Natsuki is supposed to get upset with you, and then you're supposed to witness her death in some way, and that's supposed to be like Sayori before, where it brings up an end screen, but then it just continues to go. I don't know what her death actually is or why I didn't get it, but I just thought about it. Both of them get their own end screen, but Yuri doesn't. Why doesn't Yuri? Something to consider.
Ow, you got here before me? I thought that was pretty... Ah! Ah!
I guess I really don't witness her death. Hello. Hi again. This sucks. You can't, like, skip through her text. It's all one speed. This is great. This is honestly super great for me. What is this? Hour 6? Hour 7? So long as we've got this time. How do I go about saying this? Anime. What are you guys' takes on it? Are you more of a flat as justice person, or are you the voluptuous? I'm one of those people that it doesn't really matter. Both are great. And let's make a poem. Yeet, 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 yeet. There we go. Okay, and we'll just save her here. Oh, there's no point in saving anymore. Don't worry. I'm not going anywhere. Okay. This is the time where I'm just gonna try and delete her file now. Hopefully, everything is correct and I get the good ending, because otherwise, this game will have gone to shit. Okay. You see this little dot like right here? I thought this was on my monitor, and then I put my mouse over it and I was like, oh, I can cover it. I kept trying to rub it off my actual monitor. It's pissing me off. Come on.
Because I'm president now, I understand everything. You really didn't want to miss a single thing in this game, did you? You saved and loaded so many times just to make sure you could spend time with everyone. Only someone who truly cares about the literature club would go that far. But all along, that's all I ever wanted. For everyone to be happy and care about each other. It's kind of sad, you know. After all you've done for us, there isn't much I can do for you in return. So we've already reached the end of the game, so this is where we say goodbye. Thank you for playing Doki Doki Literature Club. I'm going to miss you, Jade. Come visit me sometime, okay? We'll always be here for you. We all love you.
That's cute.
Can you hear me? Hi, it's me. So you know how I've been like practicing piano and stuff, and not really any good at it yet, like at all. But I wrote you a song, and I was kind of hoping that I could show it to you, because I worked really, really hard on it. So yeah. Where I can be with you. In my hand is a pen that will write a poem of me and you. The ink flows down into a dark puddle. Just move your hand right the way into his heart. But in this world of infinite choices, what will it take just to find that special day? What will it take just to find that special day? Have I found everybody a fun assignment to do today?
And this is the true and perfect end that it can be, but it still brings up the question, where is Monica? She deserves a place in that area as much as anyone. What would happen if I were, or my character, were to take that position as president? Monica's supposed to fall in love with the person that's playing the game, and is the only one that branches out from that. However, it's not actually her explicitly. It's anyone who gets the role of president. So if the player becomes the president, what happens? Because we already know of both worlds. If we remove that barrier of knowing that there are two different worlds, all four of them should be okay, right? Monica should be able to have her own reality where she is happy. It's just... Oh, I didn't even notice that the last time. Special thanks to both Monica and Jade. That's cute.
I'll leave you be.
Yo. That's so cool. To the special player who achieved this special ending, for years I've been enamored by the ability of visual novels and games in general to tell stories in ways not possible using traditional media. Doki Doki Literature Club is my love letter to that. Games are an interactive art. Some let you explore new worlds, some challenge your mind in brand new ways, some make you feel like a hero or a friend. Even when life is hard on you, some games are just plain fun, and that's okay too. Everyone likes different kinds of games. People who enjoy dating sims may have a heightened empathy for fictional characters, or they might be experiencing feelings that life has not been kind enough to offer them. Aw, that's such a cute way of thinking. If they are enjoying themselves, then that's all that matters. That goes for shooting games, casual games, sandbox games, anything. This is so cute. Preferences are preferences, and our differences are the reason we have a thriving video game industry. My own favorite games have always been ones that challenge the status quo. Even if not a masterpiece, any game that attempts something wildly different may earn a special place in my heart. Anything that further pushes the limitless bounds of interactive media. I extend my true gratitude to all those who have taken the time to achieve full completion. I hope you enjoyed playing it as much as I enjoyed making it. Thank you for being a part of my literature club. Love, Dan Salvato. That's so cute. I'm so glad I did this. Why didn't this record? God damn it, did I click it twice again?